Alright, what is going on guys, it is Pokey here, and today I'm coming at you with a brand new video. And today I'm actually doing a different type of video, so I'm gonna be trying to teach you how to get better at Phantom Forces, like, not like trick shotting or feeding or anything, but like as a normal player. So I'm gonna give you 10 tips. They're not really ordered, but they're just 10 tips I thought of that are pretty good for helping you become better. I'm rank 146, but I'm not the best player. I'm okay at trick shotting, but as a normal player, I'm not the best player. So obviously, you might want to take that into account. But either way, I hope these tips help you. So yeah, let's get into it. So my first tip is that every gun has like consistent recoil, so it doesn't really sway like it does in CSGO, which is actually really good. You can easily judge it and it goes up to a certain height. Like, I'm probably gonna play a few clips in the background, but you'll probably be able to see that like, all you have to do is aim a bit lower than them and you can basically kind of judge the recoil. You can even do that at long range, so once you get the height, you can easily like get long range kills with automatics and stuff. My next tip may sound like pretty cheesy, but it's know what type of player you are. Like, there's no point trying to use a sniper if you're not a sniper, and vice versa, there's no point using like an automatic if you're trying to be a good sniper. You've just got to find what's right for you, and I recommend doing that by trying out different guns. A lot of people might find that LMGing seems right for them, but obviously it's easier than other playstyles, so take into account that a lot of stuff might be easier than other stuff, but you've just got to find what you enjoy playing as well, and what you're decent at for your level. So I recommend just, yeah, trying out different guns. For assault, the AK-74 is pretty good. For scout, the SVU is pretty good. For support, I use the KSG, but the M60 is really OP and it's really good, but obviously it's like kind of scummy to use. And for snipers, honestly I think they're all equally effective, but the R700 is probably the best one for like high scoring gameplays and that sort of thing, just because it's so fast and consistent. So yeah, there's not really much else to say on that one. So in the number 8 spot, there's a problem that like a lot of people face, and it's lag. So you gotta kind of learn some tips to avoid lag. Like, obviously a good computer and a good internet is obviously the best method, but a lot of people can't afford that or just aren't allowed to get it. So there are ways to slightly improve FPS. I mean, to be honest, the computer is the best way. This isn't gonna help that much, but there's still methods to make it a bit higher. So the first thing is like remove background processes. So if you're listening to a song, that might actually reduce FPS. Not always, but sometimes it actually might. Secondly, if you have like loads of Skype applications and stuff open and just random stuff on your screen that's running, that's gonna decrease FPS, so it might be a good idea to close them. The third point to reduce lag is turn your graphics quality down. Like, on maps like Revamp where you have to render the whole map, it may not be such a good idea, but on most maps you should be fine with one graphics, especially if you're lagging a lot. You generally get used to the lag like you generally play as, but at the same time, I know it's a pain to play on a laggy computer. Like, I used to play on a laggy computer, but I'm so glad I got a new one. So yeah, obviously better computers better, but if you like turn your graphics down and remove background processes, that is gonna help a lot. So in the number 7 spot, you kinda gotta use like a suitable gun for the map you're playing. So there's not really any use like using an SMG or shotgun on a map like Revamp really, cause it's like a long range map. I mean, you can, if you play like sneakily and stuff, but generally if you're playing in a long range open map, you're gonna wanna use like a long range gun, whether that be like an assault rifle, DMR or sniper. So you're gonna kinda wanna use a suitable gun for the map you play on. Pretty much everything works on Metro in my opinion, but some people might find it hard to snipe on there. Personally, I love sniping on there, but I know some might. Shotguns are really effective on Metro. Basically anything is, because it's such a small map, but you can like play really sneakily. On maps like Desert, as long as you're like smart and sneaky, you can go around and use close range weapons, but long range weapons tend to be like dominant on the map, so you might want to just stick to them. And yeah, it just depends on the map. Like, you gotta get used to what gun to use on what map. I don't really have much else to add to that, so yeah, let me know if you want something like more in depth, like where I explain each map, but that might be like long ranged and boring, so I don't know. So in the number 6 spot, we have a tip for more like aggressive and just rushing players. Like, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm gonna say it anyway. The more dominant players kinda the ones that just go ahead and just try and kill everybody, they don't stay back and camp or anything, back in their spawn, and that's like, you gotta know the spawns. So if you're like killing them repeatedly and you wanna find them, you gotta know where they're gonna be next, and just knowing the spawns helps. Like, if your teammates are getting loads of kills, you can go to where the other team are gonna spawn, and then you can kill them. So to learn the spawns, honestly, like, if you want me to make a tutorial, just ask in the comments, but it's gonna be a long video, let's put it that way. The best way to learn is just to play and try and play aggressively, like get loads of kills and just see where they spawn. Like, highway's probably the best map for spawn trapping because you can easily like see when they spawn. Wall's pretty good too. I can't really like say every single spawn now, but you just gotta learn the spawns, get used to playing, like remember the spawns, that sort of thing, so hopefully that helps. So in the number 5 spot, we've got another like kind of cheesy sounding clip, and that is, you gotta be confident and be clear-headed. Like, if you're playing and you've got loads on your mind and you're really stressful and you're just kinda, you know, you're not in the zone, then you're not really gonna like do well, to be honest. Your state of mind helps a lot more than you think when you're playing. Like, if you're clear-headed and you're just relaxed and chilled out, you should do pretty well. Like, also, you gotta be confident, because I've noticed this, and on Roblox, like, on Phantom Forces, I generally, like, play confidently, because I've been playing for so long, and, yeah, I'm just used to the game, but on stuff like Call of Duty that I rarely play, I always kinda get, not really nervous, but it's sort of like that. I'm not very confident when I play, as weird as that sounds, and that always leads to me just doing badly, whether that be low KDR or just missing people loads, but you just gotta be confident. It's hard to just say that, but doing that does actually help your playstyle more than you'd think. So I'm not saying like be arrogant or anything like that, but you know, just think good of yourself, don't think like badly of yourself. So in the number 4 spot, we've got a tip that like, I know a lot of you guys are going to want to hear, but I'm not going to explain it in too much detail, and that's how to get more XP and like level up faster in general. So to get more XP, what you got to do is like play objective, but that doesn't matter that much because you don't get XP for like winning the game, you get XP for kills. More so, you're going to want to like rush, like don't be afraid to rush, because if you play passively, you're not going to get that many kills, unless you're like maybe sniping and you've got a really good spot or something, but generally you're not going to get that many kills unless you rush, so don't be afraid to just go in and like rush. Secondly, if you play at long range, like as a sniper, and you aim for their head, you're going to get more XP just because you get like bonus XP and stuff. And if you kill people off the objective, I'm pretty sure that like gets you extra XP, but I'm not 100% sure. But on maps like Domination, always just focus on the objective for that extra bit, even though it's not too much, but yeah, just play aggressively to get more XP. And also, if you're watching this like from a clip hitter's point of view, you do get a lot of XP just going for sniper clips. So yeah, just that gets you more XP if you keep going for clips, I tend to find. So in the number 3 spot, we have a couple of tips for like improving your KDR. Again, I'm not a massively KDR based player, but this will help if you're not that experienced in it. So first off, you're going to want to play passively, obviously, because if you rush all the time, unless you're like insane at the game, you're generally not going to get a good KDR, because obviously you're going to put yourself out there and you're going to get a shot. But if you play passively, especially sniping, that makes it a lot easier. You generally will get a higher KDR. Always like avoid situations where there's too many people for you to handle, or even just one person you don't think you can handle. Like if you're on low health, you're going to want to like find cover and wait for yourself to heal and defend that while you're doing it. You're gonna want to stay focused, and you're also gonna want to like reload after every kill. So, well, not after every kill, but whenever you find time, you're gonna want to reload, because obviously you don't want to be caught without any ammo. This is particularly helpful for like high rate of fire guns, but generally as long as you reload whenever you find the time, you're not gonna have any ammo problems. I always find myself in situations where I don't have any ammo, so to avoid that, obviously just reload after every kill. Also, to get a high KDR, you're also gonna wanna like think outside the box a bit, and this is gonna sound weird and it's not really the right phrase, but you're gonna kinda wanna play creatively. Like, you're gonna wanna flank them. For example, in Metro, if they're all camping down the corridor, you could go all the way down the side, go from behind and just kill them all, like get all easy kills and then take cover again. Like, you don't have to just completely rush, camp, that sort of thing. just think outside the box, and that can like get you higher KDRs. So in the number 2 spot, we have a technique that a couple of people have looked down on me for this, but oh well. And that is that you don't really want to be afraid to change servers if like something's bothering you in the server. So let's say there's like loads of lag, or like it's a really laggy server. Don't worry about changing server. That's kind of a bad example. A better example is like, if there's loads of really high level players that are like OP and using LMGs or something, for example, or just loads of people who are being really OP and playing a bit like trash, you may as well just swallow your pride and leave. Like, you don't have to feel like you have to stay in the game. Go ahead and change servers, there's nothing wrong with that in my opinion. If you're doing badly and you're lagging a lot in the server or something, obviously you don't want to stay there. That's gonna give you like lower long-term motivation for the game. So if you want, just change servers if something's bothering you, or maybe even something's really distracting you. Maybe if you hate a certain map, I don't know, but you know what I mean. Change servers if you feel the need. So finally, in number 1 spot, we have a technique that really does help me, and it's one of those techniques that's gonna sound cheesy, and it is that you gotta just have fun when you play, okay? So just have fun. Like, obviously it's not gonna sound like that will help you a lot, but believe me, it does. Whenever I'm like just annoyed or stressed at the game, I never really do well. It's just not fun to play when you're not having fun. That's really most of the point of a game, right? So yeah, just enjoy yourself. Don't like put yourself in situations you don't want to. Don't dwell on KDR. That's the other thing. Like, a lot of people get really stressed at keeping their KDR up, and it's just pointless. KDR doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Some people play for KDR, but I don't, and yeah, you don't really have to play for KDR. I mean, for some people it adds purpose, but just don't stress too much on it, yeah? Just don't stress too much on it, yeah? And also, another good tip to like just have fun is set challenges for yourself. So I don't know, aim for a certain like amount of kills in a game, maybe even a certain KDR in a game. You could use a different type of gun, switch it up a bit, play varied. I know, play with friends. My sort of sub-form of challenges is my clip hitting, like my trick shotting and sniper clip. That always gives me motivation to play the game, and that's one of the main reasons I play now. So yeah, just set challenges for yourself, don't get stressed out. Just have fun, honestly. That's gonna help you get better. So that has been the video, and sorry it's kinda like, it wasn't the most detailed thing, and it was mostly just tips, and they were pretty basic. Like, there was nothing too advanced, amazing, life-changing tip in there, but hopefully this helped you. This was probably for slightly more like less experienced players, but at the same time you probably learned something, even if you're like higher experienced. I don't know, I don't want to like put it like that, but you know what I mean. Like, hopefully you learned something from this video. Sorry if anything bothered you, but let me know what I could improve on. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe if you're new and you like what you see, and leave a like if you enjoyed. You don't have to, but it would mean a lot, honestly. And yeah, that's about it. Thanks so much for watching. It's been Pokey, and I'm out. Peace.